morning, guys, wherever you guys are watching from. Um, it's your boy Jeff, and it's a beautiful Saturday morning. Just want to take the time out to welcome some of you who are still new to what InvestFusion is, and you're wondering, what is InvestFusion? How do I get to, be a part of it? How does it work? Um, how do I get paid using InvestFusion? And all of those good stuff. So I'll be spending this time out while I'm driving to walk you guys through, the bits and pieces and just to put it together so that you guys understand fully what InvestFusion is. So if you're watching this, let me know. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Facebook. Make sure to join us on YouTube as well on Instagram because more of our content is also shared through those platforms. Now, InvestFusion. What is InvestFusion? Why did we even decide to come up with something so revolutionary to disrupt the real estate space? And the reason is simple. Think of the journey of a real estate investor, um, especially here in the US. Now, most investors, when they go into buy properties, it's like going to buy a car, and you go to the dealership shop, and the dealer tells you, this car, the paint looks good, the tires, everything is clean, the carpeting, the everything looks great. But before you can test drive the vehicle, you have to put down a deposit, and you can't even see the engine of the vehicle. So that means that you don't even know what you're buying. While the exterior of the vehicle looks great, you're not buying the exterior. You're buying a vehicle that can take you from point A to point B. So the goal of you is to buy a car, is to a car that can actually do its job, drive you. So if you're gonna get access to the vehicle and they say, hey, put down your deposit, then you can get access to the vehicle. That's basically what most buyers do when they go into buying properties. So in reality, what happens is this: when you want to buy property, it can be a single family unit, it can be a multi-family unit, it could be a commercial property, whatever it is. Most buy, in fact, I would say over 100% until InvestFusion, over 100% of buyers in the US are blind investors. How do I mean? Now, when you go on listing sites, by listing sites, the regular listing site, the Zillows, the Craigslist, the LoopNet, the just name them. There are a lot of listing sites out there. The MLS listings. They see a property. All they see is the pictures, the price, the square footage, um, the broker they have to contact, and bam, that's it. So they see those properties, they see the price, they call the broker and they say, hey, I like to see this property. Yeah. So they go in, they walk around the property. They might drive about an hour to do that, or go there to the property and they walk around, they see how the property is. And then they say, okay, I would like to put this property on contract. Yes. Now, to do that, you pay what they call a DDF. The DDF represents due diligence fee. It's not cheap. The due diligence fee starts anywhere from $3,500 in the seller's market to over $5,000 in a residential or in a multi-family unit. For commercial properties, the DDF can go as high as $10,000 for your due diligence fee. Now, when you pay a due diligence fee, what that shows is it tells the seller you're serious and gives the seller the right to remove the property from the market so you can do an inspection. So upfront, you've parted ways with over $5,000. To do an inspection, you have to invite an inspector. When the inspector comes and inspects the property, you pay anywhere from $600 to $700 as of today's market. So as of today, you have to pay at least $700 for the inspector to come and inspect the property. Now, while you've paid $5,000 for the DDF, you've paid another another $700 for the inspector, you're still expected to pay at least another $5,000 for your EMD. Your EMD stands for your earnest money deposit. Now, so you've parted ways with close to $11,000 already on this deal, without knowing what the condition of the property is. Now, your inspector goes and inspects the property and tells you, oh, there is foundation issues, there is structural damage, there is foggy windows, the property has a major red flags, big ticket items. It's going to cost you anywhere from $60,000 to $70,000 to fix this property. You're left with no choice than to back out of that deal. So you're backing out of that deal. You spent, most likely, if the seller is generous, this is being very frank. If the seller is generous and they are nice, they can refund you your EMD. So you are out for over $6,000 just because you want to inspect a property and you want to get a good deal. That's the reality. That's the reality right now for over 99% of investors out there in the US. That's the reality, guys. Let us sink in. In some cases, once you do an inspection and the seller is aware of those material, we call those information material facts in real estate. Now, when the seller is aware of those material facts, sometimes they even fail to represent these material facts and they release the property as is. So the next sucker, you know what I'm talking about. The next sucker who doesn't know about InvestFusion goes into that property and does what? Pays another $6,000. Guess whose pocket is going to? The seller. That is an arbitrage. That is a loophole. That's what InvestFusion blocks. If that makes sense, I want you guys to think carefully. Why InvestFusion is so powerful? Why this is going to disrupt the real estate industry? InvestFusion in 60 seconds lets you know if a property has foundation issues, structural damage, foggy windows, major electrical problems. In 60 seconds, protecting your funds. In other words, it prevents you from losing thousands of dollars to the DDF. I just mentioned now, close to $6,000 InvestFusion for one property. Imagine if you do that 3 times in a year, or 4 times in a year, or 5 times in a year. So that means if you play around with $5,000 or $6,000 in a year, you've just lost over $30,000 on bad deals. That's what InvestFusion protects. That's what InvestFusion protects you from losing thousands and thousands of dollars to those bad deals. So there are 3 ways InvestFusion makes you money. 1, it protects you from losing your own funds. Number 2, it only finds or gives you property with equity, built-in equity and cash flowing properties. Now, what I mean by cash flowing property means when you look at the cash on cash return, you are making at least anywhere from $500 to $800 on that property. And there are several ways you can expand your cash flow. So if the property you have right now is not cash flowing to your own expectation, or there are several things you can do. For example, you can expand the room space. You can expand basically you can expand the living space. So if, for example, you have a single family unit that has a basement, you can expand the basement and rent it out. If you have a 2-bedroom garage, you can turn one of those garages into an extra. That gives the appraiser more valuation, so that when they come and appraise the property, they have rooms to expand and give you. So it gives you cash flow, basically. So cash flow is common sense. You can cut down the expenses, because all about cash flow is what is the previous owner doing that is costing them more money? So if they are spending money on property manager, you figure it out. Cut that expense, figure out how to fix some of the things in the basic things in the house, or include a clause in your lease agreement that let the tenant pay upfront for breaking some of the or causing damages to the property. So it's common sense. You can expand cash flow easily. Equity is a different game. Equity is what InvestFusion helps you find. How do I mean? Now with InvestFusion, you know there are two numbers or two reports that is very, very powerful. Those are paid reports. For you to get your hands on those reports, you normally will pay. For example, the appraisal reports. The appraisal report is what lenders use to qualify the loan they're going to grant you, the buyer. So if you're buying a property, let's just use simple numbers. If the property is going for $100,000 asking price, and the appraisal report comes back and says this property is appraised for $70,000, it means that your asking price is above appraisal. Lenders will not fund that deal. Lenders are interested in property with built-in equity or at par with equity. So if the property right now is, if the property is asking price is $100,000 and the appraisal report comes back at $100,000, that's at par. Your job right now is to now find ways to cash flow. So which I said earlier on, cash flow is common sense. We teach this, we give this information free in our private school community. So you can cash flow in different ways. So you have equity, you have cash flow. Now that's how powerful the appraisal report is. So lenders use the appraisal report to give you or qualify the loan that is granted to you, the buyer. InvestFusion, now to get appraisal report, you'll pay anywhere from $700 to $800 as of right now to get the appraisal report. InvestFusion pulls out the previous appraisal reports. Now, why is this important? They give you two things. Number one, the appraisal report lets you know the actual living square footage of the property. That's number one. Number two, it lets you know what the house was previously appraised for. I've explained how powerful the appraisal report is. So it lets you know what the house was previously appraised for. Now, why is this important? If you know what the house was previously appraised for, and you know the date it was appraised, guess what? You can renegotiate with the seller and let them know, oh, I'm aware of the appraisal report. This date it was appraised for XYZ. Can you renegotiate some discount off the price? Or was there any upgrades that was done post that appraisal date that justifies the new valuation? Common sense, yes? The seller knows you've done your homework. They think you've paid money, and because there's no other tool, there's no other platform anywhere in the US that gives you the previous appraisal report. None. So the seller will be shocked. How does this person come to know about the appraisal report? That's where it stands the InvestFusion out of others. That's how powerful the InvestFusion is. Now, InvestFusion also gives you another report called the replacement cost. What is the replacement cost? So the replacement cost means the cost or how much it costs you to build similar property brand new from the ground up. That's the replacement cost. So you want to have this number, this report in your hand. It gives you information. You are an informed investor. You know what you're going in to go to buy or to basically buy for your own use of to rent out as an investment property. So InvestFusion helps you flag in 60 seconds using what they call the 60-second deal score. It flags any potential red flags, structural damage, foundation issues, foggy windows, all those points I've enumerated earlier on. That's number one. Number two, it helps you know the previous appraisal reports. Three, it calculates the cap rates. And four, it looks at the replacement costs and then it gives you a cash on cash returns and the projected return on investment. Now, understand this: the cash on cash return and the projected return on investment are just projections. They are not hard facts. That is basis, because every situation is different. So anybody that tells you, oh, we can give you the hard, no, there's no hard fact on COC and the ROI, because it's based on certain numbers. Those numbers are: one, the sales price, your PMI, your tax, your insurance, your HOA. So, and we don't buy properties with HOAs. So basically, because that's ridiculous. Simple. So those numbers are just at worst case scenario projections. Now, what makes InvestFusion stand out is it gives you what they call a deal score. The deal score is a heat map that lets you know in 60 seconds, is this property, is it a bad deal or is it a good deal? Is it a go deal or a no go deal? That's what you get in 60 seconds, called the deal score. So how do you get paid with InvestFusion? Money. Now, there are three ways you make money with InvestFusion. Number one, by protecting your hard-earned funds. I said before, the simple analogy I used was, you're going to buy a car. Yes, everyone knows what a car is. So you're going to buy a car, and the car has no engine, but you're not told that about the engine. You're told, oh, you see the paintings, you see how beautiful the tires is. It's sprayed, everything is shining. And they told you, oh, before you can go into the car to start to crank the engine and drive this car, you have to pay a fee, call it deposit. That deposit is non-refundable deposit. And then you go into the car, you pay a deposit, you're the one losing money up front. That's what InvestFusion protects you. So it protects your money. Now, if your money is being protected, it stays in your pocket. That means you're not losing money. You're not losing thousands of dollars. It's still in your pocket. That's number one. Number two, it finds you properties with built-in equity and cash flowing property. So you're making money either way. Number three is that InvestFusion rewards you for using InvestFusion. Now that's what this whole conversation is all about. How do you get rewarded? How do you get paid using InvestFusion? Now this is where it gets better. If you use InvestFusion as a user, because the goal of InvestFusion is for you to use it and see the value, not just to go and let people know about it. You have to use it and see the value. Now, when you use it and you validated the accuracy of the data, the importance of InvestFusion protecting you, natural progression or transition is that you tell your neighbors, you tell your friends. Imagine you telling people about ChatGPT when it came up, and everybody also, oh, we love it, let's go and use it. And ChatGPT rewards you, or OpenAI pays you for that. How much richer would you be? How excited would you be? That's what InvestFusion is doing. We are rewarding leaders. We are rewarding coaches. We are rewarding affiliates. We are rewarding institutions for letting others be aware of InvestFusion. To the third layer, to the third level, I'm going to break it down right now, because it's the first time I'm doing a video to explain the three-tier payment plan of InvestFusion. So let's say, for example, you join InvestFusion, and once you join InvestFusion, automatically you have your own dashboard. We create what they call an ecosystem for you. You will see everyone in you have a referral link, you have a dashboard access, you have all of this information that shows you your own back end. If someone uses your referral link to sign up to InvestFusion, you get paid 20% of their commissions or their monthly recurring fee to the third level. I repeat that. Someone use your link and they sign up, you get paid their monthly recurring fee to the third level, 20% of that. If that person you brought in also loves it, see the value, tells their friend, and use their own link to actually bring in someone, you get 10% of their second level. That's level 2. If that level 2 brings someone else, you get paid 5% of that third level signups to the third level. And of course, we have other programs like bonus leaders rewards, or what they call referral bonus rewards to leaders. It's also part of the package. So you have three ways you get paid with InvestFusion: using it, saving you money, and referring others to understand how powerful this tool is. That's where you get paid using it as well and making money from InvestFusion. That's the power of what we're bringing in. That's the power of this disruption. So not only are we forward thinking to disrupt this industry, we are forward thinking to reward investors, because this is a stakeholder tool. It's for all stakeholders. And that's why right now, InvestFusion is not open to the general public. So if you go on investfusion.co, it's not open to the public. You have to join the waitlist. That's what you should do right now watching this video. If you're watching this video right now, stop. Go on Google, go on go on investfusion.co, join the waitlist, because we're going to close access to that waitlist in the next few hours. Join the waitlist. When you join the waitlist, you have privileged access. You have special priority white glove support from my team. So go and do that right now. InvestFusion is going to change how investors look at real estate. The same way ChatGPT has changed how we communicate online, how you research information. So imagine, is everybody buying real estate before now? We are buying blindly, and they were comfortable being a blind investor. We are opening the veil. We're opening the veil for them to see that, oh, they've been buying blindly and losing time. Do you know how many investors have lost thousands and thousands of dollars using a broken system? That's what InvestFusion disrupts. That's why we said, you know what? This has to stop. This has to end. This must not continue. This is a loophole that the sellers are exploiting to defraud the buyers. And that does not make sense. And that's what InvestFusion disrupts. So if you're watching this right now, your first priority right now is to join the waitlist. Go to investfusion.co, go and join the waitlist. If you are a leader, you are a coach, a real estate coach, you are an institutional firm, or you are the decision maker for an institutional firm, you are an influencer, reach out to me or my team, and we can discuss how we can present InvestFusion in detail to your own audience. That way, when any one of your audience understands the power of InvestFusion and wants to sign up, they will sign up using your own link to get access to InvestFusion. Guys, is absolutely entire real estate industry, and that's why we're putting our full weight behind it. So if you're liking this, if you want to ask on InvestFusion, you know what to do right now. Reach out to my team, and they will get you access to the back end to be among the few beta testers, because we want your feedback. We want you guys to give us feedback. Let us know, how do we improve InvestFusion? What do you think we can do much better? Our goal is to make it as simple as possible, so that in 60 seconds, the deal score gives you a visual explanation of a bad deal from a good deal. Simple. So you know what you're doing. You know either I'm going to proceed or I'm going to back out, and saving you thousands of dollars upfront. That's the power. So make sure, if you're watching this on YouTube, to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and of course, share our video. Share the link. Let your friends know. Let them be aware that before they join, they have to use your link, because you're going to get rewarded for using InvestFusion. So thank you guys for watching this. I will be speaking with you guys again, creating more content for you guys. But for now, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, you can send a mail to support@investfusion.co. Again, the email is support@investfusion.co. If you're looking for partnering opportunities, or you know somebody who will be interested in partnering with us, reach out to me, and then of course we can get the word out. We can make that happen. Thank you guys for watching. Stay blessed and have a fun, beautiful weekend as well.